Big up, guys. Welcome to the Buzz, obviously my debate show. Apologies that it's been delayed a lot. Was supposed to be earlier this week, and obviously I didn't get around to it. But also, obviously, I've done my cricket stream yesterday as well. So, yeah, decided on doing that one. But obviously, I knew I was going to do this. It was either going to be either today or tomorrow, or even Friday, probably. Obviously, with no Premier on at the moment, it's obviously the Nations League coming up, all the international matches. So I had plenty of time to do this really, but I decided on doing this today. And as I say, it was going to be a lot earlier than this, but other things happened. But yeah, obviously we'll get into all the stuff, all the subjects, and obviously bring this one up first. The ref watch, obviously the good and bad of the refereeing decisions from the weekend. So obviously we're going to talk about that. I mean, I am supposed to be having a guest on. Don't know when he's coming on, but obviously supposed to be having a guest very soon. But anyway, I'll bring all this up and we can go into it, obviously. So I've got a drink here and stuff. So also just get this up, his page. Obviously still nobody in the live chat, but hopefully there will be as the stream goes on. Probably only be about an hour today, guys, anyway, something like that. Maybe slightly over, hopefully not, but you never know with these streams. Right, just bringing this up, and yeah, so obviously we go to our old friend Dermot Gallagher. Right, no worries. Obviously my guest won't be here just yet, but obviously won't be too much longer. But obviously we go through all these, and I'll get his opinion when he comes back, when he's ready to come on. So I'll go through all these. Right, so go through all the action from the weekend. Dermot Gallagher assesses Premier League incidents at Everton, Chelsea, Aston Villa and more. Former Premier League referee Dermot Gallagher reveals all as he examines incidents from across the weekend's action, including a melee between the players during Chelsea versus Nottingham Forest, Everton's penalty shout against Newcastle, and Marcus Rashford escaping a red card against Villa. So obviously this melee here all kicked off. Ref Watch takes a closer look at the fracas between Chelsea and Nottingham Forest players. Pardon me, sorry. And whether or not Nicholas Jackson could face further punishment for appearing to throw a hand towards the face of Morato. As you can see it there. I don't think it was a lot though, but then again, you can't really raise your hands, you can't raise your arms. So yeah, that's not great. But it didn't look that much to me. And as usual, really, all the usual handbags, I think, these players are all just pushing and shoving and whatever. Right, so yeah, the former Premier League referee Dermot Gallagher is back to assess the controversial moments on the weekend's action. And Chelsea won, Nottingham Forest won. Incident. Forest's Nico Williams pushed Mark Cucurella into Chelsea boss Enzo Maresca, which sparks a melee. Williams and Cucurella are Butts plus Levi Colwill. Dermot says when you see that situation, you pick out what you can with your colleagues and VAR. If there's anything left, the VA will intervene afterwards. Have your say. Should Nicholas Jackson face retrospective action? Well, obviously we're going to this a bit more, and then I'll put what I think, and maybe whatever, if somebody is in the live chat can leave a comment and say what they think. But anyway, give their opinion. Anyway, so well, actually that was it really. So as I say, I don't think he done a lot, Nicholas Jackson, and that's not a lot really. A hand in the face, not a full-fledged punch or anything. A full-on smack punch in the face, I don't think. And I know you can't raise your arms and stuff really, but I don't think it's a lot. And personally, I'd say no to that. But yeah, that's why I'm going to put no. But yes, it's gone for 73%. 27%. Obviously, we'll discuss that in a little while. Hopefully, when my guest comes on, we can discuss that even more. Hold on a minute, guys. I'm just got something to sort out. I just want to do something on here, and then I'll be back very soon. Don't worry, guys. Just got something to do. We'll carry on discussing all this. Cheers, guys. Sorry. Apologies for that, guys. I had to go and quickly do something and also get a little bit to eat. So I've got a few sort of snacks here and stuff. So if I am sort of eating, I will do it off screen or put my logo up and stuff, and it'll be off screen, of course. So nobody will be watching me eating. So it's very unprofessional, of course, to do that. So anyway, guys, obviously continuing with this, and obviously my guest still isn't on just yet, but I have put the actual link in here as well. If anyone does come into the live chat, when they eventually come in the live chat here, you're welcome to come on if you want to. The link is there. So obviously, anyone that feels like they want to come on and have a debate and chat about the weekend's football and obviously other stuff in football at the moment, you're welcome to. So anyway, cheers, guys. So I'll just take it down, bring this banner back up. I'm going to go on to talk about this. Obviously, Everton 0, Newcastle 0. The instance there. Incident VAR intervened to award Newcastle the penalty that was missed by Anthony Gordon when spotting a foul off the ball by James Tarkowski on Sandro Tonali inside the box. Dermot says, if you wrestle somebody to the ground like this and the VAR spots it, you cannot unsee that as an official. True. I just feel it goes on so many times and so many players. There's so much going on with all this, and it's generally they let it go. So I don't know now. If you keep giving these now, there's so much goes on with it all. What can you give and what can't you give? No doubt about it. He did pull him down. He had his arm around him. It's wrestling. Of course, it's James Tarkowski, ex-Brentford player. And I'm not going to defend him at all because he's had history. He's had previous and all this. He has been known to do that, even when he was at the Bees. He could do these sort of stupid things, terrible tackling or this, wrestling, grabbing older players. So it's nothing new for him, to be honest. And, it's just stupid. And he has been known to do it. So, I'm sorry, I won't sort of defend him. I feel it was definitely a penalty for me. But then, as I say, how can you decide what is a penalty and what isn't? Because it goes on so many times and so often. But this is from what Stephen Warnock says on the instant, his opinion. It's indefensible. Tarkowski will look at that and think, why have I done it? For someone so experienced, I couldn't believe he did it. Yeah, he's got experience, but he has been known to do it. He has done it before. I know all about it. At the Bees. I mean, there's times he could be such a really good defender as well. And of course, he has. I think he played for England maybe once or twice. But he's got this in him that he does stupid, dumb, mental things, and it's not really a surprise to me. And it was a definite penalty. Obviously, Flash cocked it up. Unlike him, really, I think he's been playing really well. And of course, he's Anthony Gordon, and he has been in the England team. Of course, he's played a few games there now again in the Nations League. Apologies, guys, got a little bit of wind, obviously, with drinking and whatever I'm eating. I've got some wind. Uh, you know, so so I knew he was capable of that. I just knew it, and not surprising. And so there was that, and also this incident, Dominic Calvert-Lewin was convinced he should have been awarded a penalty after a tangle with Dan Burn, but referee Craig Pawson waved it away, and VAR didn't deem it an obvious error. Well, there you go. But Dermot says Dan Burn has been clever. He's put his foot across to protect the ball, and Calvert-Lewin has kicked him in the back of the leg rather than the other way around. So, yeah, you could say that, definitely. That's probably one that was the correct decision. But some are more obvious than others. So that obviously wasn't deemed obvious. Bizarre decision. Stephen Warnock on Sky Sports News. Dan Burn doesn't touch the ball. It's a very bizarre decision. So, yeah, he's an ex-player, of course, ex-footballer. Stephen Warnock played for Liverpool, Blackburn, etc. If anyone should know, it's him. And he probably is right there. Have your say again here. Should Everton have been awarded a penalty for a foul on Dominic Calvert-Lewin by Dan Burn? It's a tough one. Is Dan Burn trying to be clever? Is he trying to protect the ball? And Calvert-Lewin has kicked him. But the thing is, if he has kicked him anyway, it's still a foul, and he hasn't got the ball. So I would say yes. I think they should have been awarded a penalty. Oh, well, no, I've gone 51%. So I don't know. 49% yes. So there you go. There you have it, guys. I mean, it's not much in that, though, is there? Yes or no? And but really, most were saying still that saying no, that it's right. It's obviously the right decision. It wasn't a penalty. But, you always run the risk of something like that happening, and it can be given depending on the referee on the day, who you get, and various other things. So, it is very dependent on the referee and the incident. So I think that was all for that one. And now we move on to Aston Villa versus Man United. 0-0, of course, the game. Man United drew another blank. Just can't seem to score. So 1-0 follows another one. So anyway, but we move into this, and instant Marcus Rashford, already on the yellow card, fouls Leon Bailey. Should the Man United forward have been sent off? Well, really, if you are on a booking, you're on a yellow, the rules say you should be off if you committed another foul. And if he has, I didn't see it properly, the instant, but, well, if he hasn't got the ball and he's caught the man, he should be off. He's already got a yellow card, no doubt about it, but so probably, yeah. Well, Dermot says what saves him is Dalot, who comes and sweeps the ball up. The argument is he's not breaking a promising attack. He gets a little bit lucky because the ball is running out. Well, yeah, I guess so. He makes another good case for this, Dermot, obviously there. Have your say, was Marcus Rashford lucky to avoid a red card? I think whatever happens, if you have caught a player and you're already on a booking, it's always a risk, and really you should be off. Rules are rules. You should be off if you committed 2 fouls. And so for that reason, I would say he was lucky. Yep. Definitely more correct with that one. 85% yes to 15% no. That's a big, difference there of opinion. Massive. Crystal Palace 0, Liverpool 1. So let's go on to the incident there. Crystal Palace's Mark Gahey is pulled back by Liverpool defender Virgil van Dijk in the box. Should it have been a penalty? Well, there you go. If he really has been pulled back, really, yes. If we're going to keep going by what we're seeing here, with the thing with Tarkowski and other players pulling somebody down inside the area, it always should be a penalty. But then I think they're saying if it's to do with the actual bit of play, that where the ball is coming or this and that, I still think if you're going to pull someone down inside the area, it's a penalty all day long, regardless of whether the ball's anywhere near the incident, near the action, So really, all day long. But this goes on so many times, this pulling and pushing and putting players down. And nothing happens. They don't give nothing, these referees, half the time. Right. So it's saying here, well, actually, we read go through what Dermot says first. Dermot says 2 things they've worked on this season is that it's got to be a sustained holding, and it's got to have impact. They felt they had no impact because it wouldn't go to Gahey. There you go. That's why it's not, I suppose. Van Dijk runs the risk, says Stephen Warnock on Sky Sports News. Gahey has been held, but does he get to the ball? Van Dijk definitely runs the risk of giving away a penalty here. This is another tricky one. But as I say, if you're going to pull someone down, you're going to whatever, regardless of whether it's going to him or not. The ball's in the area there, in the penalty area, and somebody's been pulled down. It's a penalty for me. So I'm going to go yes, but it'll probably go no a lot more, but we'll see. No, definitely a lot more for yes, 67% to 33% no. So there we go. So a lot more saying yes. So it should have been a penalty. Right. And we're going to the next one, which is Arsenal 3, Southampton 1. And I would like to have my guest here to talk about this one, really, because obviously he's the Arsenal fan. And, of course, it is Mr. T, Manny, of course. But hopefully he will be here soon. And obviously we can discuss this more. So I'll be back just in a few minutes, guys. I just got to go and do something quickly again. I will be back very soon. Major apologies. And I'm still going to be eating a little bit. So, I'll try and be off screen. I'll turn my camera off for that. And then we go back and hopefully talk about this. And my guest will possibly be here. So to discuss this one a lot more. But we'll be back very soon, guys. Cheers. Just read this comment and then I'll be back as well. Daz, big up to you, Daz. Daz Reynolds, big up Mr. B, Big up to you, my friend. Thanks for coming in. Cheers, bro. Obviously, I will be carrying on with this very soon, mate. And the rest of you guys are watching live or on playback. I won't be long. I'll be back very soon. And then we carry on with this. Hopefully my guest will be here. fingers crossed that my guest will be on. But anyway, for now, guys, I'll be back soon, and we'll carry on with this. No worries. Cheers. Yeah, guys, sorry, apologies again for that. But, I'm back now. And also, you're going to go and move on to this one. Arsenal 3, Southampton 1. Sort of a comfortable win in the end for Arsenal in a way, but still a little bit of a struggle to beat Southampton, who did actually take the lead as well, of course, don't forget. So yeah, it was slightly a bit of a struggle, but in the end, they got 3 goals and they won the game. So, anyway, the instant, Gabriel Martinelli scores for Arsenal, but Mikel Merino is in an offside position. Jumps towards the ball before it's turned in. He is deemed not to be interfering with play. Should the goal have been ruled out? Dermot says Merino can't ever play the ball. It's so far above him. It's quite rightly given as a goal. But then they generally say if another player's offside moves towards the ball, it's offside. And he's still going towards the ball, no matter what. So I feel it probably was offside. I don't know if you're still in here, Daz, but have you got an opinion on this? A comment on this one? I think it probably was offside because the player's still going towards the ball. No matter if he can get it or not, he's offside and he's going towards the ball. So I'm saying yes. The goal should have been ruled out. Yeah, here we go. Should Gabriel Martinelli's goal have been ruled out for offside? I'm going to go yes. And that was tight, a close one there. 52% yes, no 48%. Close one there, but definitely going for yes there. And yeah, because that is generally the case if a player is offside and he's going towards the ball, it's always should be given as offside. That was a poor decision, I think. So obviously my guest still isn't here yet, so but I'll still go through these. I think there's only one more here, and hopefully by the time I've done this one, he'll be here so he can give his opinion on these quickly. But right, the last one is actually not in the Premier. This is from the Championship. Portsmouth 1, Oxford 1. From Fratton Park, obviously. Incident. In the EFL, there was a serious incident in Portsmouth's game against Oxford. Bhupinder Singh Gill reported an alleged discriminatory comment made from the stands. Referee Lewis Smith paused the game. What is the procedure here? Yeah, Dermot says the first thing to say is that this is totally out of order. It definitely is. You can't have this. Zero tolerance. I definitely agree with Dermot here. Terrible. Once he's reported to the referee, he goes and sees the match commander, reports it and asks for it to be identified. If they can identify the area, contain it, and then hopefully that will get rid of it. If it doesn't get rid of it, then you escalate it up to the point where if it goes to be far and it can't be sorted, you end up with the game abandoned. This is the last resort, which you don't want. Exactly. But it's terrible. It's not. It shouldn't be. It's not called for. It's terrible. It's a horrible thing. Any sort of discriminatory remark, comment, anything racism or sexism or homophobic stuff. It shouldn't be allowed. It is out of order, but of course you don't want the game abandoned. No, nobody does, but nobody wants to hear that stuff either. I don't think there's anything more there, but yeah, I think it's terrible. I really do. I hate anything like that. in the game. It's still there, still remains. Racism and homophobia, I suppose you can call it, and other things. So it's horrible, and it shouldn't be stood for. Yet I agree, a pause was right, and maybe they should have gone off a picture or what little while. And the person that said it should have been escorted out of the ground, really, and probably banned if they're a fan. Probably even a season fan, season ticket holder. They should be banned for good, as far as I'm concerned. But I don't think a lot will be done about it, unfortunately. My guest still isn't here, so I'm afraid we will just have to move on and go back to it. If he does turn up, we'll go back to it a bit later on. Yeah, big up to you, Harry. Big up, Steve. How you doing today, mate? Yeah, I'm fine. I'm cool, mate. Cool. I really just needed to get this stream done, and the buzz. I love doing this debate show. Unfortunately, not having many people on lately. Manny was supposed to be here, but obviously something else has come up, so he may be here a bit later on by the looks of it. But if you are free, mate, you're welcome to come on. As I say, I've got the link here. If you are available, obviously, we talked about these refereeing incidents on the weekend and everything. But I will be moving on to the next subject anyway, which will be this one. Hold on a minute, guys. The managerial sack race. Who could get the sack this season? Managers in trouble are Ten Hag, Russell Martin and Gary O'Neill at the moment. So how long will any of those last? Time to discuss. Right, so I'll just bring the page up and then we'll get into it. Hold on a minute, guys. So right, it's just come in, just going to bring it up now. The page, and there it is. Eric Ten Hag set for Man United exit before Halloween, with Gary O'Neill next to face the sack before Christmas. We publish independently. That's nothing to do with it. Sorry, I won't read that. That's Man United boss Eric Ten Hag is set to be the first manager sacked in the Premier League following back-to-back defeats to Fenerbahce and West Ham. Although he still had the backing, I believe. So I don't know. If that's actually the case, he will be sacked. I'm sure probably if they lose to us as well after the international break, it's still another big possibility he will get the sack. So who knows? But he is a dead man walking, I suppose, at Man United, you've got to say. Yeah, so that's according to Sportscasting, who asked the supercomputer to predict who will be the first 5 managers to face the sack in the Premier League this season. Eric Ten Hag shown Old Trafford exit door after back-to-back defeats to Fenerbahce and West Ham before Halloween. The Premier League is still in the early stages of the season, with no managers having been relieved of their duties just yet. However, fans of certain clubs have been calling for their boss to get the sack after terrible starts to the 24-25 Premier League campaign. One man that perhaps receives more criticism and scrutiny than his contemporaries is Manchester United boss Eric Ten Hag. The Red Devils have had their worst start to a Premier League season ever, collecting just 8 points from a possible 21, sitting in 14th place in the table. below us, by the way, the Bees. They're below us. Sorry, United. But you're below us, and then of course we're playing you next, of course, as well on the 19th after the Nations League. Obviously, that's finished, so should be interesting. You would think we could possibly win, take advantage there. Obviously, I know it's at Old Trafford, but I'd love that to be the case, that we could win that. And then, Ten Hag really is in shit, I think. Although this is the case, the Dutch manager still remains in the Old Trafford hot seat, having won the League Cup in 2023 before the FA Cup success last season. Some United fans won't feel like sacking Ten Hag is the correct decision. At the end of the day, he has won 2 trophies in 2 seasons. However, a large chunk of United's fan base do want the Dutchman sacked. According to our AI supercomputer, these fans who want Ten Hag gone will be delighted with the former Ajax boss set to be relieved of his duties before the end of October. Our supercomputer is predicting that Ten Hag will be shown the exit door following back-to-back defeats to both Fenerbahce in the Europa League and West Ham in the Premier League. This means that AI is predicting that Erik Ten Hag will be the first manager sacked to the 24-25 Premier League campaign. Will that be the case? Not totally sure. And if anyone in the live chat wants to comment on this, you're welcome to, and ask a question and anything, in the live chat, you're welcome to. Obviously, we've got Daz in there, we've got Harry there. Anyone wants to leave a comment there, discussing all this or anything else, but to do with the weekend's football or anything, you're welcome to. So, right, there is a comment here from Harry. The next 2 games are crucial for Ten Hag to save his job and United season. Exactly, Harry. Yeah, you're right there, my friend. Definitely. And they got that big one against us next, of course. If we can beat them there, Old Trafford, it's going to make it worse for him. So I can't really, as I remember, who they got after us, but maybe you can tell me, Harry. I can't remember at the moment who they're playing after us. It might be in Europe. It might be in the Premier. I can't remember at the moment, but obviously, as they say, they've got Fenerbahce in West Ham. So it might be West Ham, possibly. But they are crucial, very crucial for them, for Ten Hag especially. And he could be going. He has won 2 trophies lately, so you can't say he's been an absolute disaster. But then again, what else has he done? What is their brand of football? What is their style of play? Have they got one? It's hard to know. It doesn't look great, does it? Yeah, there's another comment from Harry there. Think it's Fenerbahce after they host you guys. Yeah. I know it's us first. So it's Fenerbahce, is it? Right. Yeah. It could be a tough one in Turkey. I think that's in Turkey, that one there. I don't think it's at Old Trafford. I think it's away. Not entirely sure. Might have to look at the fixtures. But some tough games there. Harry, again, the injuries to the likes of Mainu, Maguire and Mazraoui recently will be big losses. Yeah, very big. But you'd think they've still got big enough squad to cover that, though. United. There's still others in reserve there. You'd think that shouldn't be a problem. But yeah, they will be missed, those players. Mainoo is a quality player. Very good, and good for England as well. I rate his performances for England. Maguire, of course, can be great at the back. He can be dodgy as well, but most of the time he's really great at the back. And for England, of course, he hasn't really let us down. No matter what people say about him, call him slabhead, whatever, fridge or whatever, but, he can be important at times as well. He plays well. Mazwari, of course, very good defender. Rate him as well. I've seen him before, and I've played elsewhere, of course, abroad and stuff. Very good player. So yeah, I think, did he play for Morocco in the Euros, Mazwari, or as well? I believe he might have done. Seem to remember him. So yeah, but yeah, very good players. So we'll move on now to who else. Well, as I say, Russell Martin, Gary O'Neill, definitely there as candidates. Hold on 1 minute, guys. I've just got to sort because I've got to plug my laptop in. It's going to die, so I've just got to hold on 1 minute, guys. I won't be long. I'll be back very soon. Just got to sort my laptop out. Sorry, guys. Yeah, apologies for that, guys. I had to plug my laptop in. It was going to die, so really had to get that in. Yeah, be up to you, Chelsea fan. Be up to you, my friend. Great to have you in here. Yeah, keep hitting that like button and sub to the channels, definitely. Do as what Chelsea fan says there. Yeah, follow me on Instagram at Mr. B for Life 182 and subscribe to Mr. B Hive Football Chat and Mr. B Chats England Cricket. As I say, guys, if anyone in here wants to come on, you're welcome to. I've got the link here in the live chat. If anyone wants to come on and discuss any of this, I was supposed to have a guest on, but he's still not here. I don't know if he's coming on or not now. But anyway, if anyone does want to come on and talk about any of this, discuss any of this, you're welcome to. Yeah, Luca, yeah, big up to you, my friend. Luca Talks Ball. Hi. Yeah, big up, bro. Great to have you in here. Yeah. Okay, yeah, cool. Yeah, Chelsea fan, be up, Daz and Harry. Yep. And Chelsea fan again, big up Luca. Yeah. So anyway, we carry on with this. And so we move on now to saying Gary O'Neill sacked by Wolves. Julian Lopetegui faces Hammers exit, with Southampton cutting ties with Russell Martin. Although it seems Eric Ten Hag is artificial intelligence's pick of the first Premier League managers to get sacked, a few others won't be too far behind him. After sluggish starts to the season, Wolves are set to sack manager Gary O'Neill just a fortnight after Ten Hag is shown the exit door at Old Trafford. Wolves, who currently have just 1 point from their opening 7 games, currently sit rock bottom of the table. Things may improve for the Midland side, but our supercomputer is predicting O'Neill will face the sack in early November after a home defeat to fellow strugglers Southampton at Molineux. West Ham United boss is the next Premier League manager who will be looking for a new job relatively soon, with AI predicting he is set to be sacked just 2 days before Christmas. This follows a loss to Brighton just days prior, with Hammers owners and investors feeling the club is underperforming in the league and should realistically be competing for a European spot once again. Then comes the departure of potentially the biggest shock of the lot, of Fulham boss Marco Silva. I'm not so sure about that. Mid-table is about the best Fulham fans can hope for. But the Portuguese manager is set to be shown the exit door at Craven Cottage come January the 20th next year. The 5th manager set to face the sack in the Premier League, according to our supercomputer, is Southampton boss Russell Martin. Now, that'd be no surprise. But then again, what can you do with Southampton? Anyone else that comes in will probably it's going to have the same squad, the same players. They might play a bit differently to what Russell Martin's doing with them, but still be the same team. They got same squad they got there. Although it was always going to be a tough ask for the Saints to stay up this season, they just haven't been getting enough results, with owners acting quickly before the season is well and truly dead and buried. Martin, pardon me, apologies guys, bit of wind, sorry about that. Martin is set to lose his job in February, with higher ups feeling they are shipping far too many goals. Well, they are. We know they are, Southampton. They are conceding a lot of goals. But it is their style of play. I think it's a lot to do with that. Anyway, supercomputer predicts Premier League manager sack race. 1, Eric Ten Hag. Top there, Man United, 27th October 2024. Gary O'Neill, Wolverhampton Wanderers, 9th of November 2024. Julian Lopetegui, West Ham United, 23rd of December 2024. Marco Silva, Fulham, 20th of January 2025, and Russell Martin, Southampton, 4th of February 2025. If you want to leave, anyone wants to leave comments about this and what they think. I mean, this is obviously the supercomputer, obviously AI. So who knows really? Can tell what's around the corner. Anyway, Harry, big up lads. We're doing well. Hope we're doing well. Yeah. And Chelsea fan Harry, I hope you're doing good too, my friend. Yeah. Honey gun again. I'm doing good. Thanks, Chelsea fan. All good. Yeah. So if anyone wants to leave any comments or anything about this, what they think about this. I think Ten Hag has been a dead man walking for a little while, and it's going to depend on the next few results, which we already spoke about. Really, it's going to depend against us, of course. We got us next, then Fenerbahce, and I think West Ham. So if they lose all those, I think he's gone. I would think he's definitely gone. So Gary O'Neill really is in trouble. Wolves are in real shit at the moment. But will they be there towards the end of the season? Will they? Is it too early? To put them down there as candidates for relegation. The thing is, they have lost players and lots of Neto and all that. So and Kilman, of course. So they're always going to be struggling a bit, I think. But still, I think they're a decent team, and the manager is brilliant. He's a great manager, Gary O'Neill. Anyone can get him out of it, he probably can. But, remains to be seen if he's allowed to. I mean, look, he got Bournemouth out of the relegation and kept them up, and yet they still sacked him. So, if he does the same with Wolves and gets sacked, I mean, that'd be a real kick in the you-know-whats. But, obviously, Julian Lopetegui, I'm not sure he's the man for West Ham there as manager. I just don't think so. But, hasn't been doing great. I think he wasn't brilliant at Wolves when he was there. I'm not sure he is right for West Ham. Okay, they got that draw against us. But, they've been pretty much losing a lot of their other games and this and that. So, but I think they're still a very good team. I really do. Got some really great players, Kudus and Bowen and many others. Obviously Souček and obviously Paqueta and all that. They got a lot of good players still. Of course, they beat Ipswich, thrashed them 4-1. So. That was a great result. They needed that. Can they carry it on though? Remains to be seen. Luca Talks Ball says, I'm good, honey gun and Chelsea fan. Right, so maybe Lopetegui has got a stay of execution there, depending on results and stuff, I think. What else he does there. Marco Silva, I don't think will be sacked. I don't know how he's on the list, but I think he's a decent manager, very good manager. Fulham, a good team. ESR, and all that they've got there now. So I think they'll be fine. I don't see why Silva will get sacked. I just can't get that. But who knows? Honey, I'm glad you're doing good, Luke, up the franchise. Yeah. Definitely, mate. So I don't think Marco Silva is in trouble, in danger. I think Fulham will be fine. I really do. A very good team. And Russell Martin, though, for me, definite. Could be gone. But then, as I say, who could really manage Southampton properly? And, whoever else you get in will play differently. But you got the same players, and if they're struggling, they're low on confidence, they're not winning games, they're conceding lots of goals, then not a lot you can do with them. So, for me, I think he will go. But then again, I don't know who they bring in. I really don't. But, I don't think anyone can keep them up. I just don't think there is. It's almost an impossible job there, I think. So I think that was about it, was it? Yeah. So obviously we will move on now. We'll move on to the next subject. And that's this one. Goal crazy at the Gtech. Bees 5, Wolves 3. Amazing match with 8. You know, there's no bias here. It's not putting this on because I'm a Bees fan, of course, but this is undoubtedly one of the goals of the week, one of the games of the weekend. Incredible match. Yeah, goal crazy at the Gtech Bees 5, Wolves 3. Amazing match with 8 goals. A much needed win for the Bees, yeah. Definitely. But where does this leave Wolves? And we've always sort of discussed this in a way, but are they now a candidate for relegation, or is it still too early? Which it probably is. But let's have a look at the comments. Yeah, Chelsea fans saying, I think Southampton manager and Ten Hag will get sacked if they both get beaten in their next games. Yeah. I think you could be right, mate. But we will see. Yeah, what a game, yeah. I know it was. This was some game, and I'll bring the page up anyway, and obviously discuss this. And right, let's get this up. Well, I've got a few pages on this, but obviously this one I'll do first. And it's this one. Right, Gary O'Neill. So there it was, obviously 5-3 to the Bees. Brilliant. Gary O'Neill distraught after goal-crazy Brentford thrash rock-bottom Wolves. Gary O'Neill said he was devastated by the worst performance of his Wolves tenure after a 5-3 defeat at Brentford left them winless at the foot of the Premier League. A wild first half at the Gtech Stadium brought 6 goals, 4 of them for Brentford, who fell agonisingly short of scoring in the first minute for the full game running. Yeah, we're going to all that again. That record, which I don't really give a toss about, to be quite honest with you. It's getting the 3 points, getting the wins, getting the points, going up the table. It's not about records for me at all. Yeah, we got that. Great achievement. Scoring 3 games in a row, you know, within a minute. So what? Who cares? You're right. Nathan Collins had after 1 minute and 15 seconds set the visitors on their way to a chastening defeat. Of course, Nathan Collins used to play for Wolves. So it's probably a bit bittersweet for him. But yeah, you know, obviously he scored for us. That's the main thing. Yeah. So yeah, we had that. Honeygun. What? Harry saying, "Going to go now, lads. Have a great rest of your day." Yeah, you too, my friend. Have a good one. Enjoy it. Thanks for coming in the live chat. You know you're welcome anytime, and you're welcome back on here, of course, on my streams, on my channel. So thanks for that, my friend. Chelsea fan Harry Byer, take care, my friend. Yep, exactly. So getting back to this, yeah. So Nathan Collins it will be bittersweet for him in a way, especially if they do go down as he used to play for Wolves. But he's with us, of course, and he still. Well, the thing is, he still make mistakes, and not entirely happy with him. Although he scored here, and he was good a lot of the time, but still made 1 or 2 errors. So yeah, Nathan yeah, we go into that ways. And alarmingly, they have now managed just 1 win in their last 17 league matches. Wolves. But it was the manner in which his team collapsed that left O'Neill feeling downcast. There was no structure, said the Wolves manager, a complete loss of control as to what the team were meant to do and where they were meant to be. The worst performance I've seen from the group since I've been here. The early goal knocks them, maybe, but just far too open. No real understanding. Gave ourselves no opportunity at all because of the defensive shape. Even when we had the ball, we were all over the place. It's a shock. I haven't seen that from them much. The game had begun at a breathtaking pace, fueled in part by some fans urging their team to prolong their remarkable scoring run. Frustratingly for statisticians, it's hard for me, I ain't got my teeth in. Statisticians, there we go. And I haven't had a drink, I'm not drunk, guys, and no alcohol involved. It's just I can't, it's a tough one to say, isn't it? And I can't talk. Anyway, the 60-second deadline had just elapsed when Mikel Damsgaard crossed to the near post was headed down into the bottom corner by Collins, though Brentford supporters hardly cared. But seconds later, their joy was extinguished. Matthias Cunha levelled in the 4th minute after good work down the right from Nelson Semedo. Brentford have failed to win despite taking the lead in each of their previous 3 matches. Yeah, no need to bring that up, we know. And they appeared determined that another early advantage would not wither away. From a corner, Mario Lemina wrestled Collins to the ground, and after a pitch-side VAR check from the referee, Andy Madley, Brian and Bomo clipped home his 6th goal of the season from the penalty spot. Brilliant from Bomo, superb. Jurgen Strand-Larsen poked Wolves level for a second time from Ryan Ait-Nouri's cross. Then Christian Norgard gave his team the lead that they would not surrender, drilling into the corner to cap a fine passing move. Ethan Pinnock headed a 4th as Wolves' defence went missing at a corner on the stroke of half-time. Substitute Fabio Carvalho and Ait-Nouri scored for either side late on to lend the scoreline a blockbuster feel. I accept full responsibility, said O'Neill. Players will make mistakes and get things wrong, but the responsibility lies with me. Today they weren't able to carry out what we needed, so there needs to be a rethink around how we go about things. I'm absolutely devastated with the way the team performed today. Thomas Frank, whose team climbed into the top half with their 3rd win of the season, reflected on how close his players came to making an unlikely piece of history. We've been joking about it, he said. It's always easier to joke when you're on top of things and win the game. We've been practicing coin tosses the whole week. It took a little bit longer this time, but all jokes aside, it's fantastic. It's great mentality in the group. If you look at us over the last 4 seasons, we always have goals in the team. No matter who is playing, we want to play forward as quick as possible. So there you go, guys. So that's that one. Obviously, no more comments, but I'll bring in another article up, and obviously it's this one. Darren Ambrose shares his opinion on Wolves, and obviously I'll go into that. Just have a quick drink here, guys. Quick drink, and get into this. Darren Ambrose gives honest prediction on whether Wolves will be relegated amid Gary O'Neill verdict. Wolves' start to the season went from bad to worse on Saturday after losing 5-3 against Brentford, with one alarming prediction now shared. Supporters were calling for Fosun to leave Wolves after their shocking defeat at Brentford last weekend. It's a result that left Gary O'Neill's men rock bottom of the Premier League after taking just 1 point from their first 7 games. O'Neill branded their most recent display as the worst he's been involved in as a coach. And while it's now 1 win in 17 matches in the top flight, the Wolves board are fully supportive of O'Neill. So, well, there you go. He's still got their support, which is good. That stance could prove detrimental in the long run, especially if the poor results continue, as talks of relegation could begin to circle Molineux. Darren Ambrose shares key reason for Wolves' relegation prediction. Wolves could be plunged deeper into relegation trouble following the international break, as O'Neill attempts to tactically outsmart Pep Guardiola and Man City. Victory over the champions at home last season was a catalyst for Wolves to fly up the Premier League table, and supporters are dreaming of a similar outcome this time round. However, history looks unlikely to repeat itself, as the old gold have struggled so much defensively this term, and up against the likes of Erling Haaland and Phil Foden, their position could get even worse. Darren Ambrose, a former teammate of O'Neill, feels for the Wolves boss, as the opening fixtures haven't been easy, although he does think he has to do better. Ambrose watched their defeat to Brentford on Saturday, and how open they were at the back is the main reason why he's predicted Wolves to get relegated alongside Leicester and Southampton. I think Wolves are really struggling, and I feel for Gary O'Neill, played alongside him. I think he's a good manager, he told the TalkSport YouTube channel. There's a good manager in him. I think the opening 10 fixtures in the Premier League are probably the hardest out of the Premier League teams. But you've got to do better. You have got to do better, and I think seeing Brentford score 3 goals within the first minute, the last thing you want to do is give them an early opportunity. And that's exactly what they did. So I think they could be struggling. Wolves, Southampton and Leicester. October and November is season defining for Wolves. Following their clash against Man City after the break, Wolves are presented with a run of fixtures that are mostly winnable. A trip to Brighton isn't the easiest, but that follows matches against Crystal Palace, Southampton, Fulham and Bournemouth before the hectic December schedule. Yeah, so there you go. Wolves, Man City. Tough one. On the 20th, of course, Sunday the 20th. Brighton, yeah, still tough, but a bit more easier than City. Then Palace, who are struggling also a bit, so who knows? They could get a win there. At home, you would think. Although I'd love to see them beat City, but I don't know. I don't think that's possible. Definitely Southampton's winnable at home, of course. Saturday, 9th of November. And Fulham, I don't know, could be tough. I think Fulham are very good at home. Brilliant. Saturday, 23rd November. And of course, Bournemouth at home on Saturday, 30th of November. So, yeah, I don't know. Possibly only at least 4 points, 6 points maybe out of those matches. For O'Neill, it will be difficult to take points from either of the next 2 unless some miracles happen. But the 4 after are so important. Yeah. Failure to take at least 1 or 2 victories from that run of favourable fixtures would not only see the old gold training their relegation rivals, but O'Neill would be at huge risk of losing his job. Hopefully the 41-year-old can turn a difficult situation around and get the supporters back on side. Yeah, hopefully they can. I really hope they can. They're a very good team. I do like them. A great manager. So, yeah. It will be a shame if they go down, but, a lot of teams are in danger of that. Don't matter how big you are or whatever, how well you're doing, what you've won in the past, this and that, you're still in danger. Look at Leicester, they won the Premier, but still went down. So, I want to take this banner down, show the rest of my face here, you can't really see my mouth or anything, but I am talking, as you can hear, but obviously take that down, so that's better. Yeah. This is the last subject anyway, and I will just show there is one other thing. But it will be a shame if they are in danger, but it's possible, and it could only, and possibly O'Neill could go. It would be a shame. I think he's a great manager, but it's possible. So anyway, I'll just share this about the relegation odds, actually. And this has gone on longer than I thought it would. What's this? It's 1 hour, 19 minutes. Yeah, so a bit longer than I wanted to go on, but anyway, it's been pretty good. Unfortunately, I didn't get the guest on, and nobody else has come on, but it's still been great. I had quite a few people in the live chat, so I'm quite pleased with this. So it's good. And as I say, please keep smashing the likes and subbing if you're new. Cheers, guys. These are the bets on the relegation. Southampton are the likeliest team to go down to the Championship, but there will no doubt be plenty of twists and turns along the way. Here is our comprehensive guide to the Premier League relegation odds and more. Latest Premier League relegation odds. The 2024-25 Premier League season is underway and the fight to avoid relegation has begun in earnest. The 3 promoted teams went straight back down last term, but there is reason to believe that this season's basement battle will be more dramatic. Here are the odds from our recommended football bookies. Southampton 1-4 with Paddy Power. Leicester City 4-7 with Bet365. Ipswich Town 10-11 with Sky Bet. Everton 9-4 with Betfred. Wolves 2-1 with Boyle Sports. Bees no 9-1 with TalkSport Bet. Nobody bet on that, please. Not even you, Tony. Please, Ivan. No more betting. Sorry, no more. Bournemouth 12-1 with VBet. Nottingham Forest 8-1 with VBet. Crystal Palace 8-1 with Bet365, and Fulham 14-1 with Bet365. Odds are subject to change. Yeah. But anyway, we go through these teams most likely to get relegated. Early bookmakers have similar views on the teams that will be in the relegation conversation in the 24-25 season. Here are the main contenders for the drop, featuring our analysis of each potential struggler. Southampton 1-3. Southampton ascended back to the Premier League via the playoffs as they upset Leeds United in the Wembley final. Russell Martin's men play a possession-based brand of football, and their manager will not change his ways in the top flight. Could be his undoing and theirs. There is a danger, though, that savvier opponents will pick Southampton off, as we have already. We beat them 3-1. Others have, of course, Arsenal. Many others, of course, but Liverpool, whatever. So, allowing them to control the ball before attacking the space, the Saints conceded a huge number of goals in the second tier last term, and there are question marks up front too. Leicester City 8-15. Leicester City won the Championship last season, after which they lost their manager Enzo Maresca and their best player Kiernan Dewsbury Hall. If that was not enough, the Foxes will almost certainly suffer a points deduction for a previous breach of the Premier League's financial rules. Leicester do have top flight experience though, as Steve Cooper previously kept Nottingham Forest's heads above water. Even so, they are odds-on favourites for a bottom 3 finish. Still no more comments, I'll carry on. Ipswich Town 10-11. Ipswich Town were playing in League One as recently as 18 months ago, but back-to-back promotions have brought them back to the promised land. Kieran McKenna, their much-admired manager, has signed a new contract, and Ipswich are ready to attack the Premier League. This team is capable of scoring goals at the highest level, but McKenna must find the right balance between attack and defence. Ipswich's squad is also short on proven Premier League know-how. Everton 6-4. Everton were deducted 8 points last term, yet they still stayed up pretty comfortably. But the club remains in limbo off the pitch, and the ongoing takeover saga means the Toffees have been restricted in the transfer market. That will make life difficult for Sean Dyche this season. So, however, Dyche is a shrewd operator who kept Burnley up year after year. His team will not necessarily play the prettiest football this season, but they should be able to grind out enough results to finish above the dreaded dotted line. Wolves 2-1. Financial considerations forced Wolverhampton Wanderers to cash in on Pedro Neto and Max Kilman this season. That is cause for concern, as is the fact that Gary O'Neill's side ended last season poorly. If they are not careful, Wolves could be dragged into a relegation battle. There's still enough talent in the squad for them to survive, although Wolves fans are hoping for one or two more additions before the transfer window shuts. Another centre-back would not go amiss following Kilman's exit. The Bees, yeah, we're mentioning relegation yet again. I don't think it's going to happen. No, we stayed up. We have done. Okay, last season was a bit more of a struggle. We were near the relegation zone, but I think we're better than that, and I think we'll stay up a bit more comfortably this season. I think probably 11th, 12th at least. Brentford are one of the smallest clubs in the Premier League, but they are now in their full season at the highest level of the English game. Yeah, they are a well-run club. Yeah, behind the scenes, and Thomas Frank is a smart head coach. Brilliant, 100% agree. Brentford looks set to lose. So this is a little bit old. Lose Ivan Toney, he's gone. Their talisman over the last few years, but before the end of the window. So this was before the transfer window. But the Bees have a good track record of replacing departed stars, and they can continue punching above their weight this season. Yeah, I agree. Bournemouth 10-1. Bournemouth struggled to get to grips with the demands of Andoni Iraola, their new manager, at the beginning of last season. But once the Spaniard had succeeded in transmitting his ideas to the players, the Cherries were superb. Relegation could be more of a concern this season after the exit of Dominic Solanke. Yeah, the top scorer in 23-24. But with Iraola's energetic and dynamic style of football, Bournemouth will have enough to survive. You'll probably agree with that. Yeah. Nottingham Forest 7-1. There's been a quieter summer than usual at Nottingham Forest, and that is a good thing after too much chaos in recent years. Nuno Espirito Santo has some good players at his disposal, but in each of the last two seasons, Forest finished only just above the drop zone. Forest were defensively vulnerable for much of last season, especially from set pieces. That is something Nuno needs to sort out. While Forest must also improve on the road, their record away from home has been poor since promotion. But getting points, picking up points, win against Liverpool, incredible win, 1-0. They are picking up points. I mean, they're not scoring that many goals, but they're not conceding many either. I think they could be safe. Fulham 10-1. I think they're safe as well. Yeah, it's been an exciting summer off the pitch at Fulham. They've not been afraid to splash the cash. Marco Silva is an underrated tactician, and it's difficult to see the Cottagers being dragged into a battle at the bottom. Totally agree. Indeed, Fulham will instead have their eyes on a top half finish, although that will be difficult given how strong the Premier League is these days. João Palhinha will be a big miss, but Fulham have enough quality to survive. I agree, totally. Crystal Palace 12-1. Crystal Palace finished 10th last season after a magnificent finish under Oliver Glasner. But they have since lost Joachim Andersen and Michael Elise. I thought they'd be better this season, especially after the end of last. With Oliver Glasner, looks a great manager, but pardon me, they are struggling. With Mark Gay, he headed for the exit door too, but he's not. He's still there. Those are significant losses, and this will probably be a transition year for Palace as a result. It's difficult to see them going down, though. Glasner is an astute coach, and there is still quality in the squad, which will surely be bolstered before the end of the transfer window. So that's the relegation treble: Southampton, Leicester City, and Nottingham Forest. Well, so I don't think Forest will go down. I think they're too good. Well, they've got some very good players still. Gibbs White, of course, and many others. So, I think they'll stay up. But yeah, Leicester and Southampton probably I will feel would go down. I'd love to see Ipswich stay up, but that might not happen. Yeah, Southampton were too defensively weak in the Championship last season, and their possession-based game makes them vulnerable. A probable points deduction will harm Leicester City, while Nottingham Forest have flirted with a drop for 2 seasons on the bounce. Yeah, Southampton to finish bottom odds. Last season's playoff winners are in danger of being too easy to play against at the highest level. Russell Martin's men will struggle to be sufficiently effective in both boxes. Winner to finish bottom double, Arsenal and Southampton. Yeah, winner and to finish bottom, yeah. Arsenal, yeah. Could they win it? Who knows? Arsenal came close to winning the Premier League title in 22-23 and 23-24. And they are ready to take their final step. Well, are they? Under Arteta, the bottler, and their bottlers. As mentioned above, Southampton are set for a season of struggle. Yeah. So that's pretty much it, guys. If anyone's still in here, want to leave any more comments? I think everyone's gone now. I don't know. Anyway, but thanks to the people that have been in the live chat, and thanks to everyone else that's been watching live or on playback. Unfortunately, didn't have a guest on. He was supposed to be coming on, Manny, but obviously something else came up and he wasn't able to join us. But obviously, hopefully, he will next time. But yeah, I've got plenty of other stuff coming up. Might be going on. Well, I should be going on the cricket stream. I think it's around 6 or 7 on Hanno's. Hanno's Coach's Corner. Go and check his channel out. Brilliant, fantastic, great young guy with doing some great stuff with that channel, football and cricket and various other things, rugby and everything else that he does on there. So go and check that channel out. And obviously the people on here, Honey Gun, his channel, Harry, great channel. And Luca Talks Ball, go and check his one out as well. Show them some love and appreciation, some likes and subs. Chelsea fan hasn't got his own channel, but he's mostly always on these. A lot of these are my one and other people's. Same with Daz Reynolds, so be up to them as well. And as I say, thanks to everyone that has watched. And as I say, it's gone on longer than I was hoping it was going to. 1 hour 32 minutes, coming up to 1 hour 33. But anyway, guys, thanks for it all. And obviously got plenty, as I say, plenty more. I'm doing Off to the Boundary show. Hopefully it's 6 or 7. Hanno's one. Other sort of cricket ones, reactions, doing watch-alongs for England, and in the Football Nations League, hopefully watch-along for England and Greece, and plenty of other things coming up. So watch this space, guys. Anyway, though, for now, though, until the next time, I'm out of here. Goodbye, everyone. I'm bouncing. Goodbye. Bye.